everybody, and welcome into the newest episode of the 920 Show. As always, I am joined by Katie.
Hey.
How's it going today?
Good.
Good. We're recording a little bit later, so I think you're heading to a Schwabenheim bowling alley after this, right? For a little party?
Yes, I am. Are you going?
No, I'm not. I have to bring the kids all over the place for
you have
practice.
Dad life.
Yeah, I have dad life. So yeah.
I'm a plant mom now. So I was sure to water my plants before I came.
We're getting into this right away.
Yeah.
All right. Katie bought plants and has been sending me pictures
Mostly
of them.
Mostly because I don't have a dog anymore. So I needed to find something else to fill my time.
To care for?
To care for.
Okay.
To give all of my love. And
You gave them personalities already?
yeah. They don't have names yet. I haven't quite come up with them. I got to wait till they bloom a little.
Okay.
But I bought 4 plants. House plants. And suddenly I noticed that there's fruit flies in my house now after bringing the one plant in, and I'm not happy about that.
I don't know. I don't have a solution for
How do
you.
I get that out? I don't know.
I don't know. Listeners, comment.
Was not a fan of that part of it.
So did they come with the plants? The fruit
Yeah,
flies?
I got them I got one of them from the grocery store, Piggly Wiggly. It was on sale. So it was like a dying plant. So I'm like, I can save that.
It's an adopted plant, like
Yeah.
like you adopt a dog.
rescue.
It's like a
a
rescue. It's a rescue plant.
So
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
And I was like, I can save that. Well, I got it home and there was like fruit flies literally all over it. So disgusting. I hate bugs. Anyways,
here we are.
and then I bought 4 more yesterday, the day before. So
You got the itch. You got the bug.
dang it, that's kind of punny.
It is. I didn't even. I literally didn't even notice I did that.
I'm cringing. Okay, anyways.
Okay. Anyhow, let's tease the guest first, and then we'll get into some discussion topics.
Okay,
Okay? Did you just tell me to okay go?
They see me rolling.
What are you doing?
Because it's rolling.
Oh, okay. Were you even alive when that
Skating.
song was born?
When was it born?
Or-
I don't know. I was
I don't
probably
even
in the
know.
backseat of my sister's car singing to it.
Got to be early 2000s.
So yeah, I was alive.
Yeah.
But
You weren't jamming.
I wasn't jamming yet.
Yeah, you weren't
Give
jamming
it like
yet.
4 years.
Okay, so speaking of rolling, like Katie was saying, we
you like
have
that
a very
song?
special guest. You are so good at this, Katie.
I know.
The strides you have made since we started this show, just amazing. Sometimes it's crazy how well you can do and then disappoint at the same time. Oh!
Hey then. I was
No,
literally just going to say I love words of affirmation,
Yeah.
and then you really took a quick turn there. Okay.
No, you do a great job, and you know it.
Thanks. Anyway,
Anywho, we have Shane Stout.
like the beer.
Like the beer. Good clarification by him when he was here. He is the executive director of GBASO, and that would stand for Green Bay Action Sports Organization, or
GBASO.
GBASO. Into the mic.
GBASO.
There you go. So GBASO is a nonprofit organization. They have quite the story. They were, I don't want to say kicked out. I don't know the scenario. Their old building was sold. They were given 60 days notice, and they thought that it would be the end of that organization. But it was, in fact, a rebirth.
Guess who's back and better than ever?
Guess who's back?
Look at us.
Back
We're full of
again.
songs.
Shady's back. Sorry.
He just keeps
Okay.
going. He
Yeah.
just keeps going.
Yeah. Was. And I'm not kidding you. Katie and I, we got with the rest of our DGB crew, we got a hard hat tour, a construction tour of their new facility that is opening in right next to Epic Event Center off of Holmgren Way in Ashwaubenon.
Major flex.
It is 20,000 square feet, as you'll learn in the interview. It is one of the largest indoor skate parks in the Midwest, so it is really cool. And getting to know Shane a little bit and getting to learn about what's going to be coming up with GBASO is awesome, and it kind of sticks on our theme of looking forward to the spring and what's coming and what's new in Green Bay. Before we move forward to discussion topics, as always, we are in the Edge VR Gamers Lounge. Of course, have to shout out Edge VR Gamers Lounge. It is spring break for a lot of schools around the city and around the area. So if your kids are looking for something to do, if they've been like in your hair all week long and all you want to do is just get 10 minutes alone without them.
Can you tell that Nick just got through his kid's spring break?
Yeah. If you just need that time, just send them here. It'll be super fun.
Yeah.
And check out their hours and everything on their website. Just Google Edge VR Gamers Lounge Green Bay and you will find them. So we got a few things to get into, Katie, but first and foremost, what I want to talk about is what I saw at the Resch Complex on Friday afternoon. I sent you the pictures. You shared it on TikTok. There were 165 pool tables in the Resch Expo, and it was crazy.
Yeah, the fact that there's that many people that play pool, I'm shook.
Yeah, it was the Whammo State Pool Tournament.
Did you know what Whammo stands for?
No. Do you?
Wisconsin Attractions and Music Organization or something like that.
Okay.
Something totally not related to pool.
Well, Whammo also did the dart tournament last year.
Yeah, they do a ton of stuff that is like, you wouldn't think that's what it's for, but
yeah.
I learned a new thing.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. Me and our photographer went out there. We nailed the timing because they were doing their practice rounds instead of their actual competition. So we could get all in it. And then we got the shot from above. It was like, I've never seen 165 pool tables under one roof before.
Yeah, it was definitely a view. Like it was, yeah.
Yeah. So welcome and thank you to that group for coming in. In other news as well, a little update on the visitor center.
Yeah, we had first things first, last week we had WigCot.
Yeah,
which
we talked about that
that was our
nauseum
discussion
yeah.
last week. But after that, we had Ann Sayers come and she signed the beam before she left to head back to Madison.
Yeah.
And then we went on Friday and they had the full beam signing.
With all of the community leaders.
Officials and all of that.
It was great.
And then on Tuesday this week, we went out with our team and got to sign the beam, just our team.
Yeah.
And actually got to have a kind of hard hat tour of our new visitor center.
Katie stood in her new office.
I did. And
I stood in my office. There's no walls.
No, there's no walls, but it's definitely...
Can you send me those pictures, by the way?
Oh, yeah. I think I did. Anyways, yeah.
No, it's all good. Thank you.
But we got to go upstairs. They have not poured the floor yet, but there is like the base of it. So that was pretty neat to go up there and see all the different things that they've been working on because we can kind of just like watch it from the outside. But we got to actually go inside and it definitely made things a lot more real.
It definitely did. It was really nice to like be able to picture the building. And what did you write on the beam?
Oh, I wrote at Discover Green Bay in #LoveGB in true Gen Z fashion.
And in true social media manager, community manager form.
Yeah.
Very creative. You want to know what I wrote?
I remember you.
I wrote, here's to
the biggest small.
No. Here's to the gateway to Green Bay.
You did write that. Liz wrote, here's to the biggest small town.
Fair.
That's what she
Not
wrote.
a small town, but fair.
I liked it.
Yeah, I like it. So yeah, that was really nice to be able to see. It was very cool. Everything is moving so quickly if you drive by there.
I know, I can't even keep up.
I know, it's insane. How was your weekend? Did you do anything fun? I had 7 girls sleeping at my house.
The way I literally would want to claw my eyeballs out.
Yeah. It was.
I was a homebody this weekend.
It was
just
a
kind
long
of like,
weekend/week with WigCot and everything. There was some recovery that needed definitely to happen, and I had
I was a homebody.
Computer issues, but that's all. It's all good.
Oh, Nick. Okay. Anyways,
yeah.
So
I'm trying to look here and see if I did anything.
I did not. I didn't do anything worth taking photos of. And if you know me, I take photos of everything.
Oh,
so.
One other thing I wanted to mention. Funny story, actually.
I didn't know about this.
What
you're going to talk about right now? The 70s.
Oh, yeah. So the shout out to WBAY. We've been working on getting Bill Jarts on the podcast, which would be super fun.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Local celeb Bill Jarts. But WBAY celebrated on St. Patrick's Day their 70th anniversary. So it was on the 17th, and they had a big community thing. The governor was there. The mayor did a proclamation and all that, and it was just really cool to see and learn a little bit about WBAY's history. They're a staple of journalism here, and I want to show you a picture, Katie.
Okay.
So my friend Curtis, he's one of my best friends. He lives in La Crosse now, and actually I'm not going to say that part because it's a surprise. His grandpa was the first weatherman in Green Bay.
What?
Yeah, his name was Bobby Nelson. And
Wait,
they had
why do
him
I
on the
know that
cover of the
name?
TV guide. That's him right there.
What
See?
a little cutie he
Yeah.
is.
See, if you're watching on YouTube, you can kind of see. And so, and then look at this one. This is gonna blow your brain. So this is. Oh, let me rotation lock. Do Gen Zs keep rotation lock on at all times?
For sure.
So that's always.
Yes.
That's interesting because I hate it so much. What if you're watching YouTube?
I don't watch YouTube. I watch TikTok.
Okay. So this is Bobby.
Stop it right now.
He
That
is-
is not how they did news.
Yeah, he is. So if you can see on the photo there, that you can see the outline of Wisconsin. That's Bobby Nelson doing the weather. He has a piece of chalk.
I'm sorry. Does that say 38 inches or 3.8 inches?
I think you are confusing the inches sign with degrees. I believe that says 38 degrees.
Oh, maybe it could be inches though. Maybe he's talking about snow.
I don't know. But I don't know. There's no date on this photograph. Cloudy 45 to 55 over here. This is great podcasting. Anyways, I thought this would look at this camera.
Yeah, it literally.
Look at this
the
camera.
logo. It's the logo for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. And if you notice that, they actually are the ABC affiliate now, not CBS anymore.
Oh,
so
interesting.
very interesting stuff.
I have one other thing before we move on to the events.
Oh
unless you're
yeah,
done.
no. It's all good. Just shout out to WBAY on their anniversary, and of course it was St. Patrick's Day in Green Bay this past
They
weekend.
had the parade on the city deck. I didn't go because I was just chilling. But
I was recovering too. Yeah,
so-
I didn't, but I heard it was really cool. All of the Irish pubs around town threw great parties that I saw. Some great photos from. So
I also this was on Wednesday
Mm-hmm.
last week. I went to Loco Wisco
oh, that's right. I forgot
because I
you
had
went
to
to
get
Loco
some
Wisco.
items.
Yeah.
And holy crap, it was so cool.
Yeah,
I
I haven't
haven't
gotten a
been there
chance to
since they
get in
opened
there
it.
yet. I haven't been in there, period.
It's so freaking cool. And I'm obsessed. Anyways,
What'd you get?
I can't spoil it because I know she listens.
Oh, okay.
So
Deal.
maybe next week. But I know she listens weekly, so I
Okay.
can't talk about it. But
Okay.
anyways, yeah,
I love that.
I have one more other thing too.
Oh, okay.
Last week the mayor gave out beautification awards from 2022.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
he
hear
sure
about this?
did. Yeah. Should we run through the beautification awards?
I
real
have them
quick?
pulled up right
You
here.
have them pulled up?
I do.
Okay, let's
So 2022 top 6 projects of 2022 were First and Bowl.
let's go. That's a great
We've
project.
talked about them before.
Yep. I've been trying to convince my friends to go, and they don't get it yet.
Yeah, it's legit.
They
It's
don't
sweet.
get how fun it is yet.
Yeah.
They don't get it, and I think I gotta go
You gotta
kidnap.
kidnap
Yeah.
them.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Or say we're going to one of our favorite bars.
Yeah.
And be like,
Hey,
yo,
let's stop
I'll
here.
drive.
I'll drive.
Yeah.
I'll drive. Oops, got lost.
Sorry. What GPS?
Dang
right,
it,
next,
Google
sorry.
Maps. I'm just kidding. Okay,
Yeah.
so next one is the Bears Creek Pedestrian Bridge.
Oh, that is
Haven't been.
beautiful.
You've
Yeah,
been.
I have been. I was there when we did the journalist tour. It's stunning. It's really
legit.
great. Mhm.
Third is the Bay Area Burger Company, which major
Delicious.
flex,
Yeah.
iconic.
With I'm assuming their facade project, they rehabbed that entire front of their storefront.
Yeah, and he did
Yeah.
it all by himself.
It
which
looks
is
so
pretty
good
crazy.
though.
Yeah.
It
it's
stands
crazy.
out in that block.
Third is the Croc Center Pavilion, which I am not familiar with. But Nick, I knew you'd pop off with that one.
Yeah. Shout out Whitney. I think she listens every now and then. But Whitney is the HR, and she's the Ashley of the Croc Center.
We should have her on.
Who?
The Croc Center.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
I know some people.
Do you?
You do too. Carrie's husband is the marketing director.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
And she started this project, the Croc Pavilion project, back in 2017. So
Holy
it's
crap.
just got done. She's been at it for a long time. So great job with that.
And then there's 2 other ones that I personally haven't been to, but I don't know if you have
Let's
the
see.
NEW Community Clinic. So I drive from...
I have not been there.
it's a clinic on Broadway. But I drive down there, and because I get off of Atkinson, take Velp all the way down to Broadway, and it is such a cool, like, newly designed building. It's right by all those neat apartments, yada yada. And then the other one is the Shoreline Credit Union.
Oh,
So yeah, just some updated buildings in the downtown district, which is pretty sweet.
love that. All right, let's run through these events really, really fast because I got to go.
Okay.
And we're way over time.
We are.
So, all right. Looking at
There's a seltzer walk in De Pere.
oh yeah, you're having an influencer go to that, right?
I am.
I love that.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, very cool. Oh, that's why I couldn't find the ones I was looking for. All right, what did I find? Impractical Jokers is at the Resh.
Yep.
That should be cool.
Home
and
and
then
lifestyle experience
at the
Resh.
expo. Yep, the flat show at the yeah.
Yep. What else do we got?
What else?
Gamblers hockey games.
You mentioned the Seltzer Stroll, Gamblers, maple syrup, and a celebration of spring. That sounds like your vibe, Katie.
That does sound like my vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And Mutt's Gone Nuts. I think it's at the Ashwaubenon PAC.
Oh,
And they are supporting Happily Ever After. They get 50% of the proceeds, so they bring rescued puppies on stage and do a little show with them.
okay. I'm still clicking. There is so much here. We got to wrap.
Yep.
We got to get to our interview. On the other side, not of a commercial or anything, just of a little sound graphic. I don't know why I say on the other side. But right after this, you will hear our interview with Shane Stout and learn all about Green Bay Action Sports Organization that will be opening this spring / summer. And we hit you with the sign off right after that because of our new format, doing a little bit in front and longer interviews. We
Major
hope you've
flex.
enjoyed it.
Okay.
Let's talk to Shane. Welcome into the special guest segment here on the 920 show once again, and still and as always in the Edge VR studios, as you can see behind us. We are back in the Edge VR studios, and some cool stuff going on. But we are getting into spring break season, so if your kids are looking to get out of the house on spring break, or you need them to get out of the house, I know what that's all about. Send them over to Edge VR, where they can hop on the gaming systems or on the VR stuff for a few hours. A great way to get active during spring break. So, as I mentioned, we are in the special guest segment, and we have a very, very special guest, one that Katie and I have been excited about since we got a little sneak peek of their space. Please welcome to the 920 show Shane Stout from Green Bay Action Sports Organization, and we are going to just go with GBASO.
GBASO, yep.
I like it. GBASO, like
yes.
Tabasco, right? Is that
Yeah,
the whole...
or like kind of like Go Pack Go.
Okay.
I think,
I like it.
If you can
Yeah.
you can go off of that.
There's lots of parallels. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. So thank you for taking the time to come on the show today. We're excited to learn more about what's going on at GBASO. We know you're moving to an exciting new space, and everyone gets to see a bunch of the stuff on social media. So I'm sure a lot of people will be interested to dive into the nitty-gritty, kind of hear the story of what's going on and what they can expect. These next few weeks, we are kind of taking on this theme of looking forward to spring and summer and things that are opening. Last week we had on Chip. He is the education coordinator out at the Botanical Gardens.
Yeah.
They're doing the children's garden area. So now looking at the reopening of GBASO in a few months here, right?
Yeah, we call it the rebirth.
Rebirth. I like
Yeah.
that.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Shane, before we get into all things Green Bay area, or sorry, I keep wanting to say Green Bay area because you see
we
GBA,
say that a lot.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it automatically is Green Bay area, but Green Bay Action Sports Organization. Definitely want to get into a lot of that, but first, I think I always like to kind of dive into the people behind the organization, right? What is your story? And we're really about here at the 920 show talking about and promoting Green Bay as a region and as a destination. So we find it excellent to be able to talk to folks who are really building something in our community. So, but you and I were chatting before we aired about some of your background, and you grew up in Flint, Michigan.
Flint, Michigan. Flint has always made the news in more of a negative spotlight.
Yeah, we don't need to. Yeah, it's good.
It's awesome because I went from the most dangerous city in America, and it has been voted that to one of the safest cities in
Yeah.
America, Green Bay.
Yep.
And I feel very privileged to be here.
Definitely. So what was it from a climate and weather perspective then? We get that a lot of people moving up here, so that wasn't a big change for you, right?
Not really. No. It's a little bit more gritty.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay.
But no, love Green Bay.
Yeah, for sure. So you grew up in Flint, Michigan, and you got to spend some time around some of your hometown teams, I would say. So I want to know, so we were talking a little bit, like I mentioned, a lot of background in sports.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Is that something you always wanted to do?
I knew if I wasn't going to play professional sports, like every probably kid's dream, a
Yep.
lot of kids'
Yep.
dreams play professional sports. I wanted to work in professional sports. I just didn't know what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll kind of give you a quick story on how lucky I got, I guess you can say. Being a sophomore, going into my junior year in college at Saginaw Valley State University. And there's another parallel there, Matt LaFleur.
Yes. yeah.
So,
And we actually had another Detroit area native guest when this podcast first launched in Pat Kavanaugh, the director of sales over there. So
for sure.
Yeah. So we got it. We're bringing all the lower peninsula guys over.
Yeah, so I applied for a internship with the Detroit Pistons, and I didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was pretty relentless, and I was bugging them every day, and finally they said, okay, you have about 45 minutes to get here, which takes about an hour from where I was, and they said, we'll give you an interview.
I like it. And so what was that internship role?
Yeah, it was with their community relations department, and helping out with that and their foundation at the time.
So what are some of the things and that was with the Pistons, you said?
That was with the Pistons.
And it sounds like you stayed there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time with the Pistons. What are some of the cool things or some of the accomplishments that you like to hang your hat on with your time with that organization?
Yeah, absolutely. I got to spend a lot of time with Tayshaun Prince.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Were you there for Malice at the Palace?
I wasn't,
Oh,
but
okay. I had to ask. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
isn't that on Netflix?
it is.
It's a Netflix documentary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When there was a big fight in the
Yes!
crowd. Yeah.
I watched that.
So,
Did you really? Sorry.
That's okay.
Did you really?
Yeah, I
That
did.
doesn't seem like something you would like.
I
pick
like
up and go-
documentaries.
Well, so everyone likes documentaries.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay. Anyway, sorry.
No, I got to spend a lot of time with Tayshaun and help him establish his foundation, remodeling a suite in the Palace to really help out the Boys and Girls Club and invite all of them to a suite for the whole season. And it was just really neat experience with that.
That's really cool that the organization. I'm sure a lot of organizations are like this, but that you were able to work with individual players. Did that and setting up their nonprofits? Did you ever envision yourself in the nonprofit space, or is that?
I never did.
Yeah.
Ever. Until probably the last kind of 2 years, I had to take a reality check. Turning 42, it was like, I can continue to work in this private sector, and I really wanted to make a difference because growing up in Flint and Saginaw, Michigan, I knew how important the nonprofit was for me growing up, to get me off the streets and my friends, and I knew how important that was. So I see it every day with my wife. She's a school teacher at Edison Middle School.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I see that every day with my wife, and I want to have that difference maker
Yeah.
feeling.
That's cool.
So I started looking, and this opportunity came up, and it was just a really neat opportunity to have a fresh start with a rebirth of an
the rebirth of the-
organization. with
For sure.
GBASO.
I had a very similar experience actually, because I kind of fell backwards into into nonprofits as well. It just kind of happened. Katie's looking at me.
Bass backwards.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start saying that.
I can't swear on the podcast.
I'm gonna start saying that.
I like it. Yeah, we'll add that to your repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just interesting because, like you, we actually have very, pretty similar paths. I didn't end up in sports, kind of sports adjacent. We have a sports wing of Discover Green Bay that
Yeah.
brings in tournaments that you met with, Joel.
Yep.
And I actually went to school to be a sports journalist. Like that's how I wanted to, kind of the same thing. Like, oh, you are an unathletic person and you are not going to go pro in anything. So how do you get into this? And then, you kind of matriculate your way through your career and all of a sudden you find something that's like really fulfilling. And for me, I stepped out of it because I was like, okay, do I really want to be doing nonprofits? And, looking at what maybe some contemporaries are making from a income standpoint, and it's like, all right, I'm going to go do that. And then you quickly realize that even though the money is great, that the being miserable and going into work every day is priceless. And I hurried back to the nonprofit sector. So I'm glad to have you in the club of the Green Bay nonprofits. Welcome, my friend.
It's been awesome so far. Just using my ability to sell advertising for in the private sector, but taking that ability and being able to go out and do the same thing with businesses, but apply it to a nonprofit.
Yeah, definitely.
And using my grant writing experience that I've had in the past for GBASO and be able to write some of those grants. I was my high school newspaper editor for sports.
Yes, let's go.
And in college, I also
the Crimson
wrote for,
Aviator. That's what it was called.
Oh no!
The Arthur Hill Lumberjacks.
Let's go.
Come on.
We won me and my friend won a national award for one of our stories. It was in the National High School National High School Writers Association Article of the Year.
That's
awesome. We wrote it on Sybil Hopp's field trip out to Isaac Walton League and their fishing and outdoors stuff. So it was great. Very cool. Sorry.
Yeah.
I had to flex.
So I have
I
have a pretty good writing experience and background. My wife might not think so because she teaches.
Does she teach English?
Yeah, she does.
My wife teaches English too.
Way.
I'm not kidding you, dude.
I can't with this.
But
you can go now.
Yeah.
Oh no, no, you're good.
Oh, okay. You'll stay?
Yeah, I'll stay.
All right, fine. But this is what I always tell her. I always say, writing, like what we're doing as far as like advertising, copy, blogging, that's not like proper English. Like because you have to write the way people talk, the way people think, the way people read, the way you and I talk. That's not putting a comma in the right place. I could give a crap if there's a comma in the right place. Am I getting the message across?
Oh God, my wife is the comma.
Yeah, she's cringing as I said that from afar. She's in her classroom right now. She just got to chill. What was that?
No, actually, she's at home and she kicked me out because she's on spring break. So she's like,
right.
You gotta
Fair.
go.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, we're happy to have the time to hang out with you that your wife is missing out on. So you weren't done in the sports industry in Detroit though with the Pistons.
Yeah.
You actually transitioned over to one of my favorite sports in the hockey world with the Red Wings. What was your time like with the Red Wings?
It was great. I was part of the first the Red Wings never had to have a salespeople to help sell tickets.
Well, because they're the Red Wings, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then kind of hit a little bit of a slump and decided they needed to start hiring sales teams. So I was part of that first interjection of that sales team in Salesforce. So that was really fun.
What were you selling?
Season tickets.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was. And then I had one of the largest season ticket group sales of that year in the NHL, working
Talk
with
about flex.
Yeah, no,
No big
it
deal.
was.
No big deal.
Jeez.
So I had a job opportunity and job offer from the Florida Panthers down in Miami.
Yeah, I suppose they need as much help as they can get to try to sell hockey tickets in Florida.
Oh, if you can, I've always said if you can sell ice hockey in Florida, you can sell anything.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. What is the Tommy Boy quote? And sell.
Oh yeah.
Sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
Yeah. So that was an awesome time down in Miami, and then kind of.
So you took the job down in Miami?
I did.
How much of a culture shock was that from Detroit to Miami?
It's a whole different country. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a whole different culture.
Yeah.
A whole different. It's a big culture shock from Detroit to Miami, but it was a lot of fun.
They don't like hockey
Were you in your 20s?
Yeah.
You were
I
in your
was.
20s
I was.
in a sales executive
Living his
role
best
in
life.
Miami, man. That must have been insane.
Oh, yeah.
Had you met your wife yet at this point?
No.
All right.
No. Had a house with a pool. I mean, you don't get houses with pools in Michigan
No.
or Detroit or
Yeah.
Flint. You don't get it. So that was a really cool experience.
And did you do the same thing for the Panthers then? You were selling.
I did, but
So-
on a manager level.
Here's the big question. You said if you can sell ice hockey in Florida, you can sell anything. Did you sell ice hockey in Florida?
Absolutely.
There we go.
It helped that it was the first year the Panthers
Yeah.
made the playoffs in 15 years. So
And
there
they're
was
they're
a
a
lot of
wagon now.
yeah.
Yeah, they're really good now. So cool. Well, you mentioned a little bit. We kind of bounced back and forth, but I want to get into a few of these things here because we're making your way around the country, and we'll find yourself here in Green Bay in a little bit. Did you go from Florida to San Diego, or was Oshkosh in between there?
No, so from Florida, I wanted to kind of branch out, and I took a job in the Ontario Hockey League with the Saginaw Spirit. So
Hey.
that's
Hey.
pretty much the minor league of NHL. That's
Yeah.
where the NHL drafts all their players pretty much from.
Is that the French-speaking part of Canada?
No,
Okay.
Saginaw is in Michigan, so there's only
Wait.
three U.S. teams in the Ontario Hockey League.
Oh, so you were working for the Saginaw team in the. I thought you
Ontario
moved to
Hockey
Canada.
League. No,
I did too.
I had
That's
to
why
go
I
to Canada a lot. Though,
That's why I dropped
so,
the A.
Yeah,
A.
I went to Toronto a lot.
Sorry.
Working in
It
that
was
league,
funny.
and then I was part of the group that purchased the Plymouth hockey team, moved them to Flint, Michigan.
Oh,
so I
cool.
could go back home.
So you brought a hockey team to your hometown.
I did.
I
and
love that.
It's become very successful.
Can you bring a hockey team? Well, we have the Gamblers. Can you bring a higher level hockey team to Green Bay?
Let's
Let's
do
do it. You
Let's
and
do
I,
it.
with our
and
English
I.
teacher, with our English teacher wives and our nonprofit backgrounds,
Yeah, right.
we'll
Don't
do
mind
it.
this.
And then I had the opportunity to move to Green Bay and work for the men's and women's basketball program at UWGB. My first stint in the
My alma
NCAA.
mater.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
my
Phoenix.
wife's too.
Really?
So, yeah.
Nice. What year did she go there?
I'm not going to say her age.
Okay, fair. I was there in 2010 to 12. Were we there at the same
were.
time? Sick.
You
Very
were.
cool.
So
Yeah, I love UWGB. Beautiful campus. Tunnels are underrated.
yeah.
Do you know about the tunnels, Katie?
Apparently they're cool. I see them on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a campus out by the bay in the winter, the tunnels that connect the buildings underneath.
Prime.
Yeah, very good. You don't get that in campuses. When I started school in Milwaukee, walking to class was in the winter.
Sounds
It was
really
awesome in the
horrible.
warm months, but not great in the winter. So, you were brought in to focus on one of the big sports at UWGB and the basketball team,
Right.
and bring that sales experience from the NBA, the NHL, the Ontario Hockey League, the whole nine. You brought that to Green
Yeah.
Bay. How was that experience? And was that your first time visiting Green Bay when you took that role?
I mean, I never even visited Green Bay before I took this.
Really?
job,
You're in
so
the minority. Yeah.
Yeah,
Usually people do that.
I talked to the athletic director
Yeah.
online, and
Okay.
we had a bunch of meetings through that way. And he wasn't from Green Bay, and he kind of gave me the scoop on what Green Bay was.
Well, and your wife is from Green Bay, right?
She is, but
So-
I didn't meet her until I moved here.
Oh,
so,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was just a really interesting experience working at NCAA. There's a lot of regulations.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
And there was a lot of things kind of holding me back that I did in professional sports that I couldn't do in NCAA.
Right. Like
So-
at that time, like using players,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you couldn't.
What?
So
you couldn't use the player's name, image, and likeness.
Really?
not at all at that time.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Now you can. The rules have changed a little bit,
That's
but
because social media was invented.
pretty sure social media
Yes.
was around at this time.
But you
Katie.
can post them now.
We're not fossils.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fine.
Ricochet shots over here. It's crazy. I take them all day long,
Gets 'em
Shane.
all day.
It's insane.
Yeah. Then I met my wife while working for the university, and kind of a mistake, but had not me to my wife moved. So I moved, and we
Should we cut that?
please.
No, I'm joking.
No, but it was a mistake
So
moving.
where you moved away from Green Bay to
yeah,
where?
to San Diego,
I
California.
love
to
San Diego.
Start a professional lacrosse league team. there.
Which team?
The San Diego Seals.
So is that part of the Premier Lacrosse League?
No, it's the indoor box lacrosse.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Yeah, but we were owned by the same owner of the Nets and Liberty.
Okay.
So the Brooklyn Nets now and
Yeah.
the New York Liberty. He owns them, and he's huge lacrosse guy. And
Yeah. I've been
So-
checking out the Premier Lacrosse League. Is pretty cool. The
Yeah.
outdoor league with I like the concepts of the teams not having a city where they just kind
Right.
of like are
It's
organizations.
all central, like LA.
So when you moved to San Diego, did your wife come with you, or did you?
She did. It was a big leap for her,
Yeah.
being from Green Bay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
moving to
Yep.
San Diego.
For sure. I visited.
She must have really liked you.
I visited San Diego. I visited San Diego. My wife lived in San Diego for about 4.5 years. It is definitely a big shock, but the biggest surprise, and I tell my wife this all the time, is, and I'm glad she came back. But why did you guys come back? I mean,
Right.
San Diego is a beautiful city, beautiful weather, lots
Yeah,
of
we
opportunity.
lived right by the beach on Pacific Beach, PB.
Oh, love PB. Did you go to Sandbox Pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
PB
So good.
sushi.
Yes, yes.
good.
Redfish.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, she moved out there without a ring.
Okay.
So we did. I asked her to marry me at La Jolla Beach.
Love it.
And then we decided we're starting a family. We're getting married. There's no better place than Green Bay, Wisconsin to do that.
Love it.
So
Love
we
it.
moved back, bought a house, and we're here. It's our forever home.
That's awesome. And so what makes Green Bay that forever home for you?
I think it's the Midwest feel, right? I'm a Midwest guy through and through. California just really wasn't for us. Green Bay, it's very affordable to live. Very affordable to live here. An amazing, beautiful city that you can really call home and grow roots. And that's what I wanted to do because I moved around a lot working in the professional sports field.
Yeah.
Wanted to grow roots, and living here for the time that I did, I knew it was the place to be. And plus, I get to see the Detroit Lions at least once a year.
You'd like to see him lose once a year.
Oh, we have a big rivalry at home.
Yeah,
bet.
household divided, right? So Shane, I have to ask, and I think this provides a pretty good transition into how you found your way to Green Bay to GBASO.
Yeah.
Did you skate growing up?
So this is I'll get into this a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
This is what's so great about GBASO. I didn't skate because I gave up. Right, all my friends skated; they were better at it than I was. But I just kind of gave up, and
Yeah.
I was that kid followed around at the skate park in the bike because I gave up skating. And if I had GBASO, I would have never gave up skating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I wouldn't have, and I would probably be skating right now. And I'm going to probably get back into it and try because we have awesome coaches there.
Yeah.
But GBASO, that's what we lend to is it's function through fear. That's what our old executive director said, and our founder, Brian Schroeder. It was function through fear, and never giving up and building that confidence of every kid that walks through that door.
So I want to talk about the history of GBASO
Yeah.
real quick because I think you've talked about in this podcast kind of the rebirth, right? And I don't know if this was a blind spot to me because I skated a little bit when I was growing up.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and I had no idea that it existed. I didn't know it existed until
There was like a big deal about it closing.
right. I am in the exact same
I
boat
didn't
as
know
you,
about it
Katie.
until
So
then.
can you give us a little history on it, when it was founded? What you kind of talked about the mission a little bit, but the role it plays in the community and just a little bit of its history for our listeners.
Yeah, for sure. So the idea started before 2012, but that's when it really started to blossom. Was 2012. They started looking for a facility to house a indoor skate park because there was a need for it.
Definitely.
There was kids out in De Pere and skating over at Joanne's, and there was a need for an indoor all year round skate park.
Yep.
So the founder Brian Schroeder, he took that upon himself and started GBASO from absolute scratch, from nothing. Used his own funds from that, and was able to start this nonprofit from absolutely nothing, from scratch, just from the support of the kids that needed to skate all year round.
So where was the first facility located, and what was the first, I mean, what are we here, 2023?
Yeah.
What, and I know you've only been there for a limited time, but what were the operations, and how was everything going for the first, 8-9 years there since 2012?
Yeah, so they opened up over on Ashland, in a facility. I believe it's a gym now, like a CrossFit gym. But so in 2021, they sold the building and gave GBASO a 60-day vacate notice.
That seems short.
Very, very short. Everybody thought that it was the end of GBASO. They really did. Prior to that, the founder Brian passed away, brain cancer, and so everybody kind of felt like this was it. And then we have an amazing executive board, and everybody on that board stepped up and found this new place over at Epic Event Center.
What, Katie, do you have any questions? Sorry, I feel like you've been. Can you give us some insight into those 60 days? And
Yeah.
it did, and I'm a member of the community, and like I said, I wasn't super aware of GBASO at that time, and then this announcement was made, and and at that time I was fairly new to my role here at Discover Green Bay, so feel like I had my pulse more on the community than I ever have in my life, ever before. And it was a lot of heartbreak. It wasn't a great story. It wasn't, the future didn't look bright. So were you involved at that time?
I wasn't.
And do you have any insight into like how that decision-making process in your leadership board was like? What was going through their minds, and what, where did that resolve come from to get to where we are today?
I think it's what I fear when I started at this position is the same fear our executive board had, is the kids that were right there on the edge of, what are they doing without us now? Right? What are they doing without us? Where are they at? Are we going to lose these youth? Without being open? That was the biggest fear, and that's why it kicked into such high gear. Like, we can't be shut down for as long as we have been shut down for. But there's really good news on the horizon. But that's the biggest fear. We can't lose these youth.
And I mean, I think, you don't really think about the number of kids that would come there. And when you were walking us around, I asked a similar question, and it really impacted me the way you kind of put it out there like that. So have you been in communication with a lot of those kids?
Oh,
Are
yeah,
they
absolutely.
Yeah.
They stopped by the new facility just to peek in. We let them in. We show them, hey, this is what's coming on. We get Facebook messages daily. We get emails daily. They're just so excited to be able to see the new skate park, be able to see the new GBASO, to see what we have going on.
So what do you have going on? What is the new GBASO? How did you guys land on the facility that you landed on? The location is perfect.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how you got to the rebirth and where we are today.
So we were looking for a facility that could house us. Somebody that...
And it's not just any facility. It's not like, strip mall down the road.
Yeah. It's not. So it turned out to be probably one of the biggest blessings in disguise that we were able to capture a 20,000 square foot facility to house this action park. So when we say action park, it is a skate park, but we also offer BMX and scooters, any wheels really, unicycles.
No way, really?
Yeah.
If somebody
So,
walked in with a unicycle, you'd be like, "Come on in."
absolutely.
What about my
Really?
Heelys from like
Heelys?
2001?
Oh my God.
They're coming back. They're
They
coming
are
back.
coming
They're
back.
coming back.
I better see you out there in Heelys.
I would do it. I would do it.
We do inline skating, everything you
Cool.
can think of
Sweet.
that has wheels. We will help you out there.
So, one thing that I found really interesting, you just threw out that number, 20,000 square feet. What does that mean for our community?
It means one of the largest indoor skate parks in the Midwest. So we are going to be having people come from Michigan, from Minnesota, from Illinois, from Milwaukee, everywhere, Iowa, just to skate our facility. So it's going to bring in those tourism dollars that Green Bay relies on so much.
Yeah, for sure. How do you reach out to those skaters, not just in Green Bay, but across the region? What is your message to them? And how do you convince them to make the trip to Green Bay?
So something we're doing that the GBASO really hasn't done in the past is marketing. I'm taking a lot of my marketing expertise and really marketing our facility and marketing it as one of the largest indoor skate facilities and our ramps, and marketing that because the skate community is so tight knit, it's going to get around what we have to offer.
Yeah, for sure. The first thing I walked, so first of all, much appreciated that we got the construction tour.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Every time, so I was one of the first ones there when we came. I was with Brad, and
Yeah.
every time one of the people from our office walked in, they go, "Wow."
Wow. Yeah. That's what everybody says when I bring them to the park.
The first thing I thought was, this is my childhood come to life. I loved Tony Hawk
Tony
Pro
Hawk.
Skater
Yeah.
2.
Yes.
It was my favorite game. If you ask me, best soundtrack for a video game of all time.
Absolutely.
Like,
100%.
it was Blink, it was Alien Ant Farm, it was Sum 41 on that thing. It was amazing. But it felt like I was like in one of those levels on the
Yeah.
game. It was insane.
That was one of the things that we thought about when we were
Yeah.
constructing the park. Like, how can we make this feel like almost a game?
Tony
For
Hawk.
sure. So I actually mentioned the soundtrack from Tony Hawk for a reason, because we were talking about some of this stuff, and you're next to, and I believe you're renting from, right, or somehow affiliated with or connected with Epic Event Center, correct?
Yeah, we're renting that facility from Epic.
Yeah.
Because we're the old Gordmans.
Right.
Right.
So you are going to have music involved in this place as well, right? Can you tell me more about that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, we're not just the friendly skate guys. We have to go back to the roots a little bit, and we're going to have live music.
Skating and music, hand in hand.
Absolutely. And my goal is to have live music at least once a month with local bands just playing right there. We're building a stage right on the ramp near the bowl and having
That
live
is so
music
cool.
just playing while everybody's skating, because
I mean, what an atmosphere.
Yeah.
What an atmosphere
For
that's
sure.
going to be.
yeah.
So, before I get into, I want to ask about all the programming and all this stuff and everything coming up. But before we do that, I asked Chip from the Botanical Garden to do this as well, because, everyone is asking, they always ask Discover Green Bay, like, what's going on at the Botanical Garden? What's going on here? What's going on there? What's going on with GBASO? What does that place look like? Give us and our listeners and our viewers an audio tour. Walk in the doors. What do you see?
So, do you want what you'll see right now or what you're going to see?
What you're going to see.
Okay, so you're going to walk through the doors and you're going to come into a state-of-the-art, brand new lobby. And that lobby will then lead to an office area, and then that will go into a conference room that we can also set up for a classroom, because we, like our tagline says, we're more than a skate park. We're youth development. So we do offer different classes and help the youth of this community to develop, and I can get into that a little bit more on what I want to see and what we have planned on going. But we'll have a classroom, and then we'll have brand new bathrooms. Something no one's
Underrated.
Oh, very, very underrated. If you went to the old facility,
Yeah.
like roof leaking.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my word.
One toilet.
Oh,
Everybody
my
sharing.
word.
Like we'll actually have bathrooms, and
All right.
partitions, and everything.
And health
brand new.
code standards.
Absolutely. We'll have a merchandise shop and a concessions.
I'm going to spend so much money in that merchandise.
I'm obsessed
It's
with
not
merch.
even funny.
I don't
every
even
time,
skateboard.
every time I
but-
see Shani's in a new like GBASO
GBASO
gear, I'm
merch?
like,
Yeah.
so I'm buying that.
Big
Put that
shout
in my
out to
cart.
global recognition of Green Bay helping out.
Yes.
Get
Yep.
your stickers. See?
Yep.
For those watching on YouTube, I get so many compliments on my
So for
stickers.
stickers, we're doing something really cool right now. I'll throw this out there. We have these holographic GBASO stickers right now, and all you have to do is donate $1, any amount, $1 from $1 to $1,500, and you will be sent a sticker.
Snakes. I don't have $1.
Oh my word.
So we've been getting a lot of $5 donations, but if all you have to do is donate at least $1 to you text GBASO GBASO to 53555, and it'll take you right to our donation. You donate right there, and I'll send you a sticker in the mail. And it's a really cool holographic
Julio.
sticker.
Love that.
I'm doing it right now.
Fun.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, he says.
I'll do that later.
But,
All right, so then we
yeah.
get into the skate park. We get into the park
yeah.
area. So you're probably going to use a bunch of terms that I have forgotten over the years since I skated. But then you get into the actual the actual park. So what are some of the highlights and features that that skaters who might be tuning in can get excited about?
Yeah, I think
And I'm going to donate while you tell us.
The biggest feature is we're going to have an 11-foot and a 10-foot drop-in coming off and doing a full run off of those drop-ins. And then we're also going to have, I believe it's a 9-foot, 10-foot pipe, so half pipe there. And then we have a huge bowl that sits on top of pretty much everything. So you're overlooking the whole park while you're skating this bowl. It's pretty sick. And then we have adjustable rails.
The adjustable rails are very
they're
cool.
Really, really cool. And we also have a intermediate and beginner area, and we're also going to create a street area.
I'll be there. I'll be
Yeah.
there in the flat ground.
Yeah, no, we will have a flat ground area, but we have all these different areas because we know there's different skill levels that will be coming in, all the way from
It works, everybody.
2 years old
I'll wait for my
to
sticker.
62 years old. You know, we have everybody coming through our park. 2021, we had over 15,000 visits.
No way.
And we served just about 4,000 different households in Brown County. That was even before we moved. So now we're moving into a more visible area, right in the heart of Ashwaubenon. I mean,
Right.
right in the hustle and bustle where everything's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything is brand new over there. It's really cool, and
Yeah.
we get to be part of that.
Yep, and there's so many developments and housing,
movie
apartments,
theater,
and all of
Epic.
this stuff. That'll bring people in. So it's really cool.
We are bracing for a very, very busy summer.
So before we get into that busy summer and some of the stuff that we were talking about pre-show that I want to get more details on because we were chatting and I had to be like, all right, stop. We have to start because this
We
is
have
all
to hit
perfect.
record.
Yes, exactly. And I'm watching I'm watching right now to make sure we don't erase this one too.
Yeah.
we
R.I.P.
we had a miss.
Yeah.
It is what it is, you know. Sometimes buttons get pressed, sometimes they don't. Anywho, what do we think? What are we looking at for opening dates? What are we looking at for when can the public expect to be able to walk through those doors? Or are you allowed to say? Sorry,
If our summer camps have any indication on when we're opening, our summer camps start in June.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That's coming up quick.
that's coming up quick.
I mean, it was really cool when we went there, though, for the construction tour. So
yeah.
I can tell you we are starting framing on the rest of the build out this coming week. We just put in the brand new floor, epoxy flooring. The floor will be a lot more sticky.
Oh, you
grippy.
were telling us about that at the tour. Yeah.
When we were
you're
there,
not
it
gonna
was
slide all over.
It was a concrete floor like you would see in a
Gordman's.
Gordman's.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was pretty slick.
Yeah, so we put a brand new floor in too.
Love it. I can't wait to come check it out
Cool.
again.
All brand new gator skins on all the ramps, brand new flooring. It's a brand new facility.
Right.
It just everything is brand new.
That's awesome. So, I know I keep pushing off. We are gonna get to the programming. I promise. I just wanted to talk about the bringing in and the partnerships with local artists and some of the stuff that's on the walls, and because I thought that was really cool. You had, when we were there, you had one mural. You had a GBASO mural up, and I know you were saying there that you're planning more. So can you tell us about that mural, and then what you think? We were also talking about like the custom skateboards and stuff too.
So I think I think everybody knows Bo, right?
Everyone knows Bo. If you don't, he did like half the murals in the Broadway district, including the big one that was just unveiled this summer.
And him and his Jedi Knight crew, they are absolutely amazing. And
Jedi Knight crew.
I love that.
they're absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And we're really, really lucky and fortunate enough that he uses our facility as a canvas.
That's so cool.
Right? We're like, go ahead, Bo, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes up with these amazing things, and he can use our facility as a canvas anytime he wants. So that's really cool. But what's even better than that is our larger partners, if they want something that is locally done, and you give us a big enough donation, you will be able to have that in our facility.
I love that. So let's talk about that a little bit more and finally get into some of the programming stuff. Starting with summer camps. So, I feel like there's so many opportunities for summer camps. I know Edge VR has opportunities for summer camps, but this is like such a unique one. So I want to hear how the kids can get involved. My kids don't need another sport, but they're probably going to want to try it anyway.
I'll be there in my Heelys.
Yeah. So what's going on for summer camps this year?
So they're going to run through June through August, every other week, and they're 2-day summer camps. So we'll have one on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then a camp on Thursday, Friday. What's really cool is you're going to get a free T-shirt. You're going to get the camp time. You're going to get a lunch, and you start dropping the kids off at 9:30, and you can pick them up by 2.
Okay. Wow. I like it. What are some of the skills that parents can expect their kids to kind of come home with and learn both on the wheels and off?
Absolutely. So part of our summer camps, we do have a community project because we want to develop our youth, right? We're partnering with local skate parks like Joanne's, and we'll have community projects where we actually go there. We're not only going to skate the park, and we're going to teach you how to skate outdoors, but there's going to be some cleanup of that park too.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So there is a community aspect, because what's more important than giving back to your own community? Nothing. And we want to start that at an early age.
I love that.
So there is life lessons along with learning how to skate. Yeah. And if you've already know how to skate, then we're going to teach you to your ability.
Yeah.
We're going to have different coaches throughout the summer camps, head up by Eric Peters, our head coach. And we're going to teach you if you're a very beginner, never stepped on a skateboard, if you can do flips on the ramps. I mean, it's for everybody. Our camps are for everybody. And we're also going to have 2 all-girl camps this summer.
Ooh.
So check that out.
Love that. Love that.
Absolutely.
So what would you say to someone who's like, I've never been on a skateboard, and I'm nervous to try. I feel like I'm going to get injured. I'm scared, but it's been something that's interesting to me. What is that push to get somebody to that next step, no matter the age?
Right. I can tell you the feeling. I've experienced that feeling in other sports. This is a sport you kind of have to rely on yourself on a little bit. You have to find that within yourself just to take that first push on that skateboard, to conquer that fear, to have that confidence. But once you do it, you're never going to look back.
It's a lot
Never
of
going to
mental.
look back. We've had parents come up to us and just cry about the confidence level of their kids after they've come to our park and learned how to skate. They come in and leave a whole different person
That's awesome.
because of that confidence.
Yeah, yeah. I
that
mean, if I can drop into a 10-foot ramp, what else can I do?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So outside of summer camps, how can people engage and take advantage of, one of the largest indoor skate parks in the Midwest? Is there a membership structure? Is there
will
a
be.
daily rate? Like, is any of that available for public
So
information?
There's going to be a few different ways you can take advantage of that. One is a monthly membership, just like a health club membership.
Got it.
Like if you're going to Planet Fitness, you're going to do a monthly membership. That way, you're going to get all of those benefits of coming anytime you want, as long as you want, any day you want. And then we'll have daily passes
Okay.
where you can pay to come per day. And then we're starting a program where it's called No One Left Out. It was something that I needed to start right away, where no kid is going to be turned away because of income levels.
sliding scale type thing.
There is no sliding scale. I mean, they do have to have proof of
Right.
what their income level
Definitely.
is, but if they can't afford it, we're not turning you away.
Yeah, it's not GBASO's mission to tell a kid they can't come in because of a day pass price.
Correct.
Or a
yeah.
monthly membership price.
Right.
I love that.
Right.
That's really, really cool.
And we're not going to see people take advantage of that, because this is something you don't take advantage of.
Yeah.
So this is something that's really important to me. Growing up in Flint, the poorest, dangerous city in America, I didn't get to do a lot of these things because of my income, my parents' income. So it was really important for me to be able to start this program, and it's called No One Left Out.
I love it. And that's a great lead into the next kind of question section
Yeah.
that I want to talk about. So we're still in the build phase, and we are also still in the fundraising phase.
Yeah.
So you guys have a capital campaign going on.
Yep.
So how can folks get involved in that?
Yeah, you go to our website. You can find out
Which
more
is?
information. GBASO.org.
GBASO.org. Love
Yep. Or you can get a hold of me. Our capital campaign, it starts at $1,500 donation, goes all the way up to $100,000 donation. We are about $200,000 away from finishing our project.
Yep.
So we need everybody's help and support in the community, and businesses support especially. I'm reaching out to the foundations of our community, because just like you guys said, a lot of people, GBASO was a big secret. It was a big secret of this community. A lot of people didn't really realize.
That's why I wanted you to come on the show so badly, because the way you talk about how it impacts kids, and what are those kids who are there, from those over 4,000 households in this community, what are they doing now? Where are they going? What is there? Something we talk about a lot is like that, that third place, right? There you have your house, you have your job or school. What is that third place? And for 4,000 or more of these kids, it was GBASO, and it was just like, it was really eye opening to me, to realize the resource that was taken away from these kids.
Yeah.
And a resource that I didn't even know was there. And I
Right.
went from like not knowing it was there to how in the world did we let this thing get away? So even if we can reach 200 people on this show that are like, I had no idea this was even a thing, I think that would be awesome.
Oh, absolutely. My main objective was to not keep this a secret any longer.
Yeah.
This is, we signed a 15-year lease.
That's a commitment. You're there for the long haul. We have aspirations of growing. So
there is a lot that's going into this, and this is where it all starts. This rebirth is where this all starts, and we won't be able to get there without the help of this community.
Definitely. Well, Katie, do you have anything else for Shane, or anything that we didn't get to that that you wanted to?
No, I just wanted to talk about the No Child Left Behind.
Yeah,
I think that's so cool.
it is.
What's really cool too is, I just want to mention this
Yeah.
because $1,500 donation will get your company logo, or you can do a company logo, or you can do it in memory of, or you can do whatever you really want engraved on a skate deck, and it's being hung in our brand new lobby. And
That's gonna be so cool.
We've already had some big names come in: Schreiber, Scooters,
Yeah.
you know, just to name a few, Creative Sign. So these companies are coming in, buying these engraved skateboards, and they'll be up there for everybody to see that comes through our doors.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Well, we have asked a ton of questions. We've covered a lot of ground. Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to let the community know, let our listeners know that maybe I didn't get to? I'm going through my list here, and I think I checked everything that and you and I had talked about beforehand. Anything on your notepad that you didn't get to that you wanted to?
Yeah, just one more thing.
Yeah.
April 21st from 4:30 to 7:30, we are having a business after hours open house sneak peek.
Ooh.
Let's go.
What's really cool about this is...
Say that date and time again for me.
Yes, it's Friday, April 21st from 4:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
But it's not your typical business after hours.
Oh,
We
boy.
have complimentary beverages by Hinterland. So we're having some pretty delicious beverages.
Are skateboards involved?
They could be. I mean, we have...
I need a coach.
We have one of the best DJs in Green Bay, and Smog Unit coming out,
Oh,
doing the music.
yes.
And you'll get to see some really cool videos too. So
I love that. I love your guys' videos on Facebook
I was just gonna
and
say,
YouTube.
you guys are
and-
stepping up your game.
Yeah.
it's full court press right now.
Yeah.
Trying to raise these funds. So
Yeah.
you'll see a lot of videos.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love it though.
Keep them coming because I watch them every single time.
Yeah.
for sure. So April 21st, 4:30 to 7:30. If you want a little sneak peek, where is that? Are you hosting that, or is that
We
with the
are
chamber?
we are hosting that ourselves.
Very cool. Okay.
Chamber is helping us. Like, they are getting the word out for us. They're helping.
Yeah.
Get that word out. But it's going to be right at GBASO, next to the Epic Event Center, right there on Holmgren.
All right. Fantastic. Well, Shane, thank you so much for your time. We are coming up on an hour here already. Crazy.
Wow.
I know, right? Sorry to keep you so long. I don't know if you have
No.
appointments to get to or what here. But definitely thank you so much for your time. Drop the website, drop the socials one more time for them.
Yeah, you can go to Facebook and look up GBASO, GBASO. We have a really cool Facebook page, a lot of followers, and then GBASO.org.
Love it.
Cool.
Love it. Very cool. We will definitely be checking it out. You will see Katie and it there on April 21st for sure
With our Heelys.
with our Heelys on.
I can't wait.
With the Heelys on. I might maybe I'll bring my daughter's hoverboard. Are those
Yeah.
allowed?
Yeah, they are. All wheels.
All right, maybe a Razor scooter. I got a couple of those in the garage.
Destroy your ankles.
Yeah, it's okay. They're fine. You know what? I just recovered from an ankle injury. I'm pretty sure I'm like rookie of the year status with my ankles right now.
Yeah.
Shane knows what I'm talking about. You probably don't.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, man. Thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you for listening. Katie, hit them with our socials.
At Discover Green Bay on
All the things.
All the things. And then discovergreenbay.com.
All right, make sure to check out Katie's handiwork at greenbay.com/blogs. We'll have more and more of those coming out. Make sure to check out all our events going on. We'll throw up the after hours here shortly in our event page, greenbay.com/events. And always remember, get out there and discover Green Bay. Thank you all. See you next week.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.